Hey everyone, it's time for ESPN Race and Pick'em. I'm Nicole, he's Nate. Here's how it works. I'm going to present Nate with a ton of really super duper hard questions, and he just has to pick. There's no gray areas. You just have to pick. You got it? Okay. So since it's the British Grand Prix this weekend, we're going to get to some harder questions last, but let's start with this. Haas or Aston Martin, which team is more likely to score points this weekend? And yes, reminder, you have to pick.
Yeah, this is a tough one to pick because both of them both seem unlikely and likely at the same time. Both of them in Canada looked quite strong in qualifying, and then really things disappeared for Haas in the race. And Aston just seemed to get their qualifying itself wrong, even though the pace was there. So I think both could. I think Haas at the moment have a stronger package, and they just seem to be quite unlucky at the moment. And hopefully Silverstone's the kind of place where they can get back into that points kind of paying positions. And we really need to see Mick Schumacher get a point. He's been so close a few times. And I think when he gets that, hopefully he can kick on and find some form. So the Schumacher fan in me is going to say that it's Haas is more likely, but it was a really good one to start off with because it stumped me a little bit.
In American racing, we have a phrase called yellows breed yellows. I feel like when it comes to Mick, points are going to breed points.
Hopefully.
Maybe, possibly. Since it is the British Grand Prix, let's pick the best or the driver from Britain who's most likely to finish ahead of everyone else. But I'm going to give you three, not just the Mercedes guys. So you obviously get to pick between Lewis and George Russell, but I'm going to throw in Lando as well, who is most likely to finish ahead in that group.
This is also a really interesting one, isn't it? Because Russell this year has been so good. But this is Silverstone. And Hamilton at this place is just so good as well. And the British crowd love him at this race, and he loves them. I think this is one of those places he really does feed off. And Mercedes should be much better here. This is a circuit. We've come past the two circuits that were really bad for that bouncing that they've really struggled with. And the feeling is they're going to be a bit more competitive this weekend. So I can see all of those things coming together. If Lewis is more comfortable with the car, I think we know that the performance level that he can reach there. So I'd say he'd be up there. But yeah, I think Russell has a great shot at a first podium at Silverstone as well. And Lando is a distant third in this choice for me because I think McLaren is still in that kind of that firm midfield fight. So they're a long way off, barring anything spectacular happening. So I say Lewis ahead of everyone else.
I feel like you're wishy-washy. I'm going to put you under that. You have to actually pick. I totally agree with you, though. Like, George has been so consistent this season, so consistent. But Lewis, it's something special being there. When it comes to qualifying, we all know how important that is. Will the race winner, don't pick the race winner yet, but will the race winner start from pole?
I don't think so. And I'll come on to the race winner, as we said later, but we've seen a trend this year. Yeah, we've seen a trend this year where Ferrari had the stronger car on Saturday and then Red Bull on Sunday. That wasn't quite the case at the Canadian Grand Prix, but potentially Ferrari there had the stronger race package. But it does seem to be a trait of this Red Bull car that it finds a bit more performance on Sunday. Hopefully Ferrari can start the weekend strongly by getting that pole position, but there's something about Silverstone as well. It's always a good race. It's always pretty competitive out in front. And this isn't one of those places where pole position necessarily guarantees you the win, like in a place like Monaco. So I think it can be a really open fight depending on what that front row looks like and what those front two. So no, I would say the winner of the race isn't starting pole on Sunday morning.
Just for the drama of the championship, and I think we can all root for a little bit of drama, just for the drama of the championship, we need Verstappen to not win. But when it comes to picking your winners, I'm going to give you this list: Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, or other. Who gets the win this weekend?
So I'm going to pick the boring option. I'm going to say Verstappen. I think Verstappen right now is driving better than we've ever seen him drive. He's just on a real high at the moment, and Ferrari doesn't seem to quite be there. Of those other picks, Leclerc, I think, could. Ferrari should also be strong, like I said about the Mercedes. But I just think Verstappen, when it comes to race day, he's just on a different level. So yeah, Verstappen to win. But hopefully, for the sake of the championship, like you say, I'd love to be proved wrong on this one. This is me more going with head over heart, just to basically protect my integrity, my reputation going forward. But if Ferrari can prove me wrong, I'm more than happy with that come Monday next week.
I've completely written down all of your answers. I know where you stand. We're going to revisit next week, and we're going to see how right you are. Until then, enjoy the race this weekend.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.